Uruve Gaura Chandra Radhikaya Tadale Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhakta Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Madara Madara Meta Mangala Mangala Nam Sukridna Gamavan Sakhavan Surupam Sukadapi Parijitam Shradaya Hilaba Brigu Maranarya Tare Krishna Nama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Ramo Hare Hare. So first of all, I offer pranams to our Gurudev, Om Vishnupad Dandi Swami, Sri Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Also our Rupanuga Guru Parampara, all devotees, thank you for coming. Okay, so, I thought, because we not get class long time, we can speak a little bit from the book Harinama Cintamani. Okay, this was spoken like 550 years ago. Harinam. Hari is the name of Krishna. Krishna is the name of God, right? Okay, I'll speak for Paulina from the beginning. Anyone else can understand. So, she believes in God, right, Pauline? Okay. So, when we want a relationship with someone, first thing we do is ask their name. Without having name, there can be no relationship. So, we believe God has millions of names. Why? Because he has millions of qualities. But despite that, some names are primary and some names are of secondary importance. Like even Paulina probably has many names. I don't know your husband's surname or anything like that. But even we have some primary names and some secondary names. Those who see us according to some external position, they may address us in a certain way. Maybe if we're a CEO of a company or a waitress, or someone may call us a waitress, or if we're flying an airplane, then we may be called captain or pilot. But these are not our main identity. This is just some external thing in this world. But we have some internal names also, like our mother and father may call us, our intimate friends may call us, our husbands or wives may call us. So in the same way, God has primary names and secondary names. So the Supreme Lord's relationship to this world as the creator, as the maintainer, or as the destroyer, we consider these type of names to be secondary. Like God in English, generator, operator, destroyer, God, God. In Sanskrit, there are also many names of God's relationship with this world. Like Ishvara. Ishvara means the controller. Paramatma means the super soul, the soul of the soul of every atom, the super soul. Vishnu means he who pervades his entire creation, one name of God, Vishnu. But these are all considered secondary names because the creation of God is not his major accomplishment. This is not his great feature. Because Krishna creates just by desire. So just like us, it's not very hard for us to desire something. I want a banana milkshake. This is nothing very wonderful. So the Supreme Lord, he creates just by desire. I want this. And immediately his material energy manifests the material creation. So this is not his main glories. This is considered his secondary glories. Because the material world is secondary. But the primary names of the Supreme Lord indicate his sweetness, his personal aspect. Like Pauline, most people can imagine God as an energy. They cannot imagine that he's a person. Right? So those names which indicate his personal aspect, these are 1,000 times superior. So such names like Krishna. Krishna means God's aspect as the all-attractive Cupid. It's by his beauty, he attracting all souls towards his service by his sweetness. So, another name of God is Hari. Hari means many things, but Hari also means to steal. By his beauty, by his sweetness, he steals the mind of those persons who chant his names. So this book is called Sri Harinama Cintamani. Sri Harinama. No? Sri here also means wealth. Sri means sampati, beauty. Sri means opulence. So, like when we address someone, we do not say just Pauline, right? We say Miss Pauline or sorry, Mrs. Right? So when we say Krishna, generally as a term of extra respect, we say Sri Krishna, Sri Hari. Sri here also definitely also means Krishna's topmost devotee, Radhika. Okay, Pauline, many things you won't understand because first time. So some things we have to speak to you, but some things we have to speak for those who have been chanting for 20 or 30 years. So don't worry, many things you don't understand, don't give up hope. Okay, so Sri Harinam Cintamani. Cintamani is like a magic stone. You can't say mythological. It's mythological, which infers something which does not exist. So Sri Cintamani means it's a magic stone, and if you want something and you pray to it, it immediately gives you that thing. Cinta means desire or mind, and money means jewel. So this book is called Sri Harinam Cintamani, the wish-fulfilling jewel of the names of Hari, or the names of Krishna. So generally, if we want something, we have to approach a higher person. Like if I want some money, I'll have to go to someone like, I don't know, who's a wealthy guy, Jeff Bezos. Right? Someone who has something more that I want, I have to approach that person. And then I have to request. Like if we're hungry, we go to our mother and father. Oh, mother, I'm very hungry, give me something. If we want money, then we go to a wealthy person. If we want good health, then we go to a doctor. If we have some law and order problem, we approach the police. But all these people can give something, but they cannot give everything. The politician can give something according to his power. The physician can give some knowledge according to his learning, according to his understanding. The wealthy person can give some money. But they cannot give everything. For example, if you say to someone, I want freedom from birth and death, then 99, the people say, I cannot help you because I also have to die. How can I give you something which I do not have? Therefore, in the Vedic culture, Indian culture, if people want some material things, they approach the demigods. I want a good wife. I want obedient and intelligent children. I want material learning. I want some position. I want some good health. That's why in the Vedic culture, many, many people approach them. They're called demigods or devas. Actually, all religions have these things. The Chinese have, the Japanese have, the Tibetans have, the Egyptians have, the Mayans, the Aztecs, all believe in approaching higher forces, higher beings to fulfill some material desire. But only Krishna can fulfill every desire. Why? If you ask, I want freedom from birth and death, I want relieving from all different types of suffering. Right? Then even the demigods, they say we cannot give you that thing because we also have to suffer death. We're also controlled by the time factor. We have some limit. But Krishna, oh God, okay, but then when we say Krishna, just think God. Okay, then it's very easy. Don't try to, oh, God cannot be Krishna, Krishna cannot be God. That's a whole unnecessary discussion. Like even water has so many different names in different languages, but the essence, the subject is the same thing. So all different cultures, all different languages have different names for the one God, but he's one, not 2 or 5 or 10. Okay? So only Krishna can supply everything. Means material things easily he can give, neglectfully. But some things, very, very high things, only Krishna can give them. Like freedom from birth and death, freedom, liberation from the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease. Therefore, only Krishna can give liberation. Therefore, one name of Krishna is Mukunda. In the Sanskrit language, Mukti means liberation from birth and death. So who can give liberation easily, his name is Mukunda. Also a very more sweet meaning, Krishna's teeth are very white, supremely white. Not like us, our teeth go yellow. Right, Manorama, when was the last time you did a teeth bleaching? Right? Most people's teeth are yellow or brown. No. In old age, even the teeth fall out or become black. But Krishna's teeth are always perfectly white, always. So one name of Krishna is Mukunda. Krishna's teeth are very white like the jasmine flower. So very sweet. Therefore, an intelligent person will realize, why should I go to the demigods for some insignificant material thing? Like wife or children or good health or some material position. Because these things are also lost at the time of death. For example, who can be beautiful forever? Not possible. Who can be powerful forever? Even big, extremely powerful persons, their position is taken away by force. Like if you're a politician like Donald Trump, or who was before him? Before Donald Trump was Mr. Obama. Before him was Bill Clinton or whatever. They had that position, but it was taken from. Or ultimately everyone have to lose everything by death. Right? So an intelligent person will think, why should I request the demigods for some material thing? That will be temporary. And material things never give happiness to the soul. No matter how many women you have, how much wealth you have, how much food you have, how much land you have, how much money you have, these things are material, cannot give satisfaction to the soul itself. This only gives some temporary happiness to the mind and body. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about this. Like if one lives in a village, there are many small ponds. Like even now, in the villages, there's one pond for taking bath. Right? There's when you take bath after going to the toilet, right, then there's all stool and everything bad in the water. So there's one pond reserved only for bathing. There's another pond reserved for drinking water. There's another pond reserved for washing cloth, right? So in the village, there's 3-4 ponds. One pond for this, one pond for that, another pond for this. But if there's a huge lake, right, Paulina, what's the name of a huge lake in California? Panorama? You have to turn your mic on, California.
There's Lake Dejuma where I used to go as a child. But I don't know if it's the latest one. Yeah.
Anyway.
Lake
So that lake is huge. Lake Shastra, I've been there. Well, I haven't been there, I've seen it. Lake Shastra is huge. So in Lake Shastra, you can wash your cloth, you can take bath, you can drink all in one pond. Why? Because it's so huge, so enormous. I can turn your mic off, sorry. So in the same way, Krishna gives an example. What if someone can go to a huge lake, then they lose interest in going to the small ponds. So in the same way, the big lake can give what the small ponds can give. But the small ponds cannot give what the big lake has. Because the big lake maybe has some huge fish in it, maybe have some sunken boats, some treasure. Just off the top of my mind, some ideas come. So the small lakes, the big lake can give what the small lakes can give. So all these demigods, like in the Greco-Roman tradition, there's Zeus and there's, I don't know, I forget, the god of, I remember him, Bacal, the god of intoxication, I remember him. Bacchus, Zeus, I forget their names also. So these demigods, like in India we have Ganesh, Shiva, we have Indra, we have Brahma. They can give something. So whatever the demigods, material things can give, Krishna can give that. But what Krishna can give, the demigods cannot give. Krishna has some special things that only he can give. So an intelligent person would think, why worship for some material thing which is lost at the time of death anyway? There's one story Gurudev told. In India, many people worship Indra. Okay, he's the god of rain, but mostly he's the god of heavenly planets. In the Judean Christian tradition, also in Islam, their goal is heaven. Heaven means the place of unlimited sexual enjoyment. Heaven means there's no old age, no birth. No. So in the Vedic culture, we call that place Swarga. That is not the kingdom of God. Because in the kingdom of God, there's no material body. Therefore, there's no such thing as material enjoyment. So where there's material enjoyment and material attraction, that means somewhere in the material creation. Got it, Paulina? Right? The soul has no connection with eating a lot or enjoying lots of wealth or enjoying unlimited sex desire. These are things pertaining to the material body. So the descriptions of heaven given in the Quran or given in the Bible, this must be referring to some material place. Actually, I remember 2 years ago I spoke with one Muslim, so learned guy in Islam, so learned person. Then he was talking about Jinnah, paradise, heaven. I asked, he was telling me what's going on in heaven, what you get. Then I asked him the question, what relation the liberated soul has with Allah in paradise? And I never forget his face. His face means the idea that the soul has a pure relation with God in heaven never even came in his mind once. I remember I was shocked by that. The idea of religious life is just to get some more material enjoyment, like a polished version of this world, this earth planet. I never forget his face. The idea of a spiritual relation with God in heaven had never come in his mind even once. So they're worshipping God just to get some material things. But this is definitely for the less intelligent persons. Am I speaking too fast? Yolande, Yashri, am I speaking too fast? Okay, it's meant to be an English class. It's a tough because... So, for that reason, we should worship Krishna not for some material thing which is lost by death and which anyone can give. So some personal things, only Krishna has that power. Only Krishna can give liberation from birth and death. But we do not consider that to be the main benediction given by Krishna. Because birth and death is a material thing. So freedom from birth and death, this is also a material cause. So we consider freedom from birth and death also to be a material desire. Paulina, understand? Are you vegetarian? If you're vegetarian, just go like that. Okay, right. Okay, then maybe you can understand a little bit about these topics. The devotees, we consider even liberation to be a material benediction. Because you are suffering, freedom from suffering, this is not a spiritual benediction. This is the material benediction to become free from some material unpleasantness. Also, liberation will also, if the liberation will also be a temporary. Because to give liberation, this take 1 minute. Like when you get out of the jail, that moment you walk out of the prison gate, that took 10 seconds, right? To walk out of the prison gate, I became free from jail. But what happens after you get out of jail, that is the main thing. Getting out of jail is not the main thing. What happens when you get out of jail, that is the real life. So we consider liberation to be temporary because it takes 1 second to attain liberation. But what happens after liberation, this is eternal. So liberation is not eternal. But what happens after liberation, that will be eternal. So an intelligent person will pray for that. Well, Krishna, I don't want freedom from birth and death. I want the activities of the soul after freedom from birth. So now we don't know what that is, but that is service to Krishna. Muktya pi lila nam vigraham bhagavan bhajante. After liberation, the soul attains a spiritual form. And in that spiritual form, the soul serves the spiritual form of God or Krishna. In simple language, the soul enters the pastimes of Krishna. Okay, Paulina, you have pastimes? Pastimes. Think about it carefully.
As in past life or in the past on my journey?
Pastimes means what you're doing now, activities.
Oh, okay.
Pastimes. Right? We wake up, I don't know, we answer our emails, we do things. This is called pastimes, activities. So many people believe liberation is a complete cessation of activities, like in the Buddhist conception. The Buddhist conception of liberation or nirvana is a state of non-existence, a state of non-action. Because they believe all activities are the result of past karma. How do you become free from karma? By performing non-action. By non-action, you become free from the attachment to this world and the activities of this world, which are the cause of birth, death, old age, and disease. But devotees, we say no. After freedom from material activities and material relationships, then the soul achieves spiritual relationships and spiritual activities, spiritual existence. I remember when I was a new person, I was coming to temple, then I heard about this, the pastimes of Krishna. I went, what? What is this? God has activities? Generally, we are told, what is God doing? He's just watching us. He just come on, seriously? God has nothing better to do than watch us? Our lives are so boring, we have to end up watching YouTube and Netflix and all this stuff because we feel so bored. How God would feel any happiness watching our stupid material activities. Actually, yesterday, someone donated 2 bags of rice in the temple, so we wanted to know who donated it. So we have some security cameras here, so we were watching who gave the bags of rice. And then watching like an hour. On fast forward, couldn't find the person. Then I was thinking, people think this is what God does. He just watches us. What a boring life. So God has his own activities, right? His own abode. Krishna has his own abode, his own name, his own activities, his own associates, his own servants, his own loving exchanges with them. He has his own pastimes. So this is the highest thing you should pray for. I want a form in the spiritual world where I can engage in loving relationships with the Supreme Personality. So who can give that personal wealth of Krishna? Only Krishna can give that. Actually, 99% of the world's population is so unfortunate they never even heard of such. If you've never heard of such a thing, how can you possibly desire it? What is the great misfortune with this world, Paulina? People never even heard of Krishna. You heard it hearing for the first time, right? Oh, you've heard about Krishna before.
I did a yoga teacher training and learned. So
But what they told you about Krishna?
I just got bits and parts. For me, it's just another version, just like what you're saying with different religions. It's all pretty much the same, but in a different stories depending on where you're at in the world. For me, I come from nature, so nature has been my guide. Mother Nature has. I'm not. I was born in different in Christianity. I just explore. I'm an explorer. I experience the world. So when you talk about
Mother Nature,
to me, it's all it's really the same, but different faces is how I feel about him. So I have my own.
There's a Mother Nature. Who's the father?
I feel like I kind of like the native way where it's the sky. It's just as the family, the representative of the family of the male and female. I believe that there's both. As a living example of what.
So who's the Supreme Father?
For me, I just believe in the highest universe is what I say. The Most High. Yeah.
See, then, who's that?
It's something I feel within me. I feel like God's within all of us. I have different phrases of stuff. So life in general.
Actually,
love.
we don't really know. You know?
Yeah, it's a mixed feelings for me because I change so much. But that's been my constant as a person who's been on a path of my own. So I'm being honest.
This knowledge is so rare because no one even heard about Krishna. And even if someone hears about Krishna, they get some material understanding. Mm-hmm. Right? So this book is called Harinama Cintamani. Right? Krishna can give something special which no one else can give. Right? Don't mind if I say you said all the same names and faces, but you cannot say everyone is on the same level. There must be gradation. There must be higher if this world like material nature. But what's the cause of material nature? Everything has a cause. So what's the cause of all causes? Like the sky, but the sky has a cause. What's the cause of the sky? We say mother and father. What's the cause of mother and father? So what's the cause of everything, but who has no cause? Who is the beginning of everything, but has no beginning? The supreme cause, the supreme subject. So that is Krishna. So Krishna Cintamani. So this knowledge, this knowledge will have something special which no other knowledge, no other process will have. Just like many, many small legs have something. All other religions, all other traditions, all other philosophers, all other theories, all other scriptures, something is there, definitely. But the conception of Krishna, there will be something extra which is not present in anything. Just like in a big lake, there's always something special. But this is, okay, but to understand that, you have to hear a bit more. No? So this book is called Sri Harinama Cintamani. In this world, so the name of Krishna is like a wish-fulfilling jewel. But what should we wish for? What should we desire? Just like if someone went to the king. Imagine like someone went to Elon Musk. How much is he worth? I know, 150 billion, right? If someone went to Elon Musk's house and Elon Musk said, whatever you want, I'll give you. Whatever you want. And you said, can I have $20 for the Uber to go back home? That means how crazy are you? Because to the very wealthy person, you ask for something very insignificant. Okay, so this book is about this topic. Shri Krishna Cintamani, Harinama Cintamani. This book is about the process of chanting the names of Krishna. So these names of Krishna can give anything. No? But what should we ask for? No? So this book is about that. So this book is a conversation between incarnation of Krishna named Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and one devotee called Haridas Taco. He's spoken like 550 years ago. Actually, Haridas Taco was born in a Muslim family, but he was a great devotee of the name of Krishna. He would chant 23 and a half hours a day. And half an hour, 15 minutes a day he would take for his material activities like going to the bathroom and begging some food. And probably 15 or 20 minutes a day he slept. Can you imagine such a life, Paulina? That means, we're thinking, how is that possible? If we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. If we said, sit here and chant 1 hour, nothing but after 10, 15 minutes, we would feel bored, lack of interest. Our mind would go to something else. But this name of Krishna gave such a taste. He experienced more happiness in this chanting this name than in any other activity. He experienced a higher taste by chanting than in sex life, than in eating, than in sleeping, than in talking with people, making relationships with friends and relatives, having some job or some career. He experienced more taste in chanting these names of Krishna than any other activity. Therefore, he never performed any other activity. Imagine. So this conversation is between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, and Haridas Taco. So one may, Krishna himself asking the questions to Haridas. So question may come, Krishna knows everything. This is Krishna's own name. No one should know Krishna more than Krishna himself. Right? But you've heard of Bhagavad Gita, Paulina? Bhagavad Gita? Have you heard of it? Yeah. Bhagavad Gita is the philosophy spoken by Krishna. Means other scriptures talk about God, but when God talks about himself, that is Bhagavad Gita. And no one knows God more than God. Even Krishna speaks some philosophy. Krishna is so sweet. Even his philosophical speech is like a song. So Gita means song. So even Krishna speaks some philosophy that's so attractive, so sweet, like a song. So someone may say, well, no one knows more about Krishna than Krishna. So why Krishna himself is not explaining the name of Krishna? So nectar cannot taste its own sweetness. Right? To taste sweetness, to taste chocolate cannot taste itself. A Magnum ice cream cannot taste himself. To taste chocolate, you have to be different from chocolate. So Krishna can understand something about his own sweetness, but devotee who is different than Krishna can understand more. Therefore, the devotee who chants the name of Krishna will understand more than Krishna himself. So here, I should actually start talking about the book. So we'll talk about one verse here. Okay? What are good qualities? People, you can watch so many self-help videos, and people are talking about good qualities. But what are actually good qualities and what are actually demonic qualities, low-class qualities, that is another subject of discussion. So here it talks about 26 saintly qualities. Okay, Manorama, you can take your own pulse and realize how many of them you missed out on. These are good qualities, saintly qualities. These days people are trying to convince us pride is a good quality. Or being very greedy, that is a good quality. Love yourself first, then you can love others. Means selfishness, self-worship. These are all horrible qualities. And people are saying we should develop these things. These qualities will help you dominate others. They'll help you, collect more than others, enjoy more than others, control others. But these qualities will never give self-satisfaction. So we'll just a little bit talk about the 26 qualities of a liberated personality. Okay, Paulina, you talked a little bit about all these things are in us, right? That is true. Because when the soul is in the body, then this body has life. When the soul is in the body, we can see, we can smell, we can taste, we can hear, we can touch, we can think, we can move, we can desire. But when the soul leaves the body cannot do anything. So we talked about the truth is in us, what we're referring to, but we're referring in that case to the soul. So the soul have pure qualities. But now these pure qualities are covered by the material mind, the material intelligence, the material false ego, and this gross body. The subtle body and the gross body is covering the qualities of the soul. Is anyone recording this? Probably not, huh? I think we always forget to record. So here, the Bhagavatam the Srimad Bhagavad Puran talks about 26 qualities of the liberated soul. Dayalu, merciful. We have some mercy, but not unlimited. I like him, I give mercy. I don't like him, I don't give mercy. So now, our quality of mercy is restricted. I like the dog, but I eat the cow. I'm American, I like America, but I hate the Chinese. So in the non-liberated stage, that mercy is restricted in terms of what gives us pleasure, what gives us happiness, and in terms of the material body. But the pure spirit soul, the soul in its pure condition, has unlimited mercy towards everyone. So each one of these qualities we can talk for days and days. So the devotee, the Vaishnava, we say, the devotee, the pure soul, the liberated soul, have the quality of mercy, dayalu, always kind, always merciful, always giving to others. But the soul give what? We can give food, we can give medicine, we can give money. But spiritual realization, spiritual happiness, we cannot give that because we don't have it. But liberated soul never gives material things. Everything they give is connection with God, with Krishna. So they are merciful, tolerant. They can tolerate anything they can tolerate. Because they're tasting inside happiness. Therefore, easily they tolerate the miseries of this world, like too hot, too cold, hunger, thirst, disease, death, birth. Easily they tolerate this. Equal to all, dayalu, suhishna, samadroha. Sama means equal to everyone. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna talks about this quality also. Krishna says, one who sees me in the heart of everyone, they are called samadashana. They see everything equally, because they see everything in relation to Krishna. For them, a stone and a piece of gold is same. So sama. Droha sunya, free from hatred. Right, Manorama, giving up all the hatred towards all those people who mistreated you? No, we always remember them. May they burn, may they suffer. So we should try to give up all this hatred. Droha means aversion. In this world, some things give us unpleasantness. People give us unhappiness. No, monkeys, disease, too much heat, too much cold. This gives restriction in enjoyment. So droha sunya, the liberated soul is free from all type of aversion. Oh, I don't like this person. Oh, I don't like that. Droha sunya. Free from aversion, freedom from hatred. Very deep quality. So mercy, tolerance, equal to all. Droha sunya, free from hatred. Satya, sa, Satya means always truth. Now, even if we tell a truth, it's a lie because we think we are the body. I'm very truthful. Only someone on the liberated platform can always be truthful because always connected with Krishna, always connected with that which is eternal. So Vishuddhatma means pure, pure existence, pure existence. They are parahit, always acting for the benefit of others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said we should be like that, like a tree. Like a tree, everything a tree possesses is for others. The tree has fruits, the tree has shade, even the tree has leaves and bark for medicine. The shade, even you cut down a tree, it still gives shade to the person who's cutting him down. This quality is called parahit, but parahitera means always acting, always giving, always acting for the benefit of others, for the welfare of others. Actually, each one of these qualities, we can think of the lives of so many devotees, their activities, parahit. No, they are calm akshubhita. They are not disturbed by material desires. Right? We're always disturbed by lust. Oh, look at her. Greed. Oh, wow, look at that. No? Envy. He has that. I don't have that. Envy, right? The six enemies, Paulina, right? Always pulling us. Always disturbing us. Actually, Paulina, isn't it? If we had a big television screen and we could plug our mind into it and people could read our thoughts, we would have no friends. Oh, he's thinking such disgusting things. But the liberated soul, calm akshubhata, they're not disturbed by any material desire. Not disturbed. Krishna gives an example. Like in the rainy season, many rivers go to the ocean, but the ocean never swells. Ocean never rises. So liberated soul, many objects of enjoyment may be there. Money, wealth, position, women. But they're never disturbed. When we hear all these things, we become depressed. Oh, even not one quality I have. Buddhi means buddhi, always intelligent. They always know perfectly what to do, what not to do. Dant, self-controlled. These days, Paulina, our society is teaching us the more uncontrolled you are, the more successful you are. Right? They teach us how to attain the objects of desire. Maybe women, maybe anything. Cars, wealth, position, power. But real knowledge, real education is teaching the opposite. How to be self-controlled. Actually, in this world, who is wealthy? That person who desires nothing. That person has real satisfaction. That person has real wealth. So that is called Dant, Akinshan. They have no interest in collection, material objects. No, we see like Didi, no interest. People trying to give many things to her, she has no interest. Akinshan, no material desires. Are these sounding like good qualities, Paulina? Normally, if we speak like this, people run the other direction.
Yeah, it's really about balance for me. I'm learning about balance, when to lean in and when to give in to.
But you start speaking these things to normal audience, they will just, what type of self-help is this?
Yeah.
This is material death. They run
Mhm.
out the door.
Yeah, people are, they're not used to having heart-to-heart conversations. But I think they're opening up to it because we're craving it more and more. And I'm happy about that.
Mridu means soft. I'm definitely lacking that quality. I know softness. Anyway, mridu, softness. Vrittiman, 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 determined. I don't know. Vrittiman means very determined. No? Like a lion in stone, not changing. A liberated soul have that type of determination. Stira, very steady. Not like us, no, we're changing moods 15 times a day. When was the last time you cried? Upstairs? Yesterday? Today? We are like that on the waves of happiness and distress. But liberated soul is called stira, always steady. And finally, apramata means not disturbed, not mad, sober. Apramata. In Sydney, there's a suburb called Parramatta. So Prabhupada, the guru of the Hare Krishna movement, he came to Sydney and he would drive and they went to Parramatta and he laughed. Not Parramatta, but Pramata. Pramata means not mad, not Pramata means what? Not acting on your impulses. Pramata. Sugambhir, very deep. Vichitra Sadguna. They've defeated the 6 enemies. What are the 6 enemies? Lust, greed, anger, enviousness, madness, illusion. So Vichitra Sadguna, they have conquered the 6 enemies. Amani, they never demand respect for themselves. Manada, they always give respect to others. Daksha, expert. Avanchak, honest. Avanchak, right. They don't deceive anyone. Right? Truth is truth. We don't speak the truth because we want something from someone. Or if I speak the truth, this person won't give me a donation. If I speak this truth to this person will not remain disciple, right? So out of fear for some material desire, we don't speak the truth to people. But rare soul in this world who always speaks the truth. Abanchak, they never deceive anyone. Jnani, they're wise, knowledgeable. And the last quality, Sri Krishna's Krishnaika Saran. The quality of being fully surrendered to Krishna. So there are 26 qualities. So the first 25 we hear, yes, very good, yes, this is necessary. But when we heard about the 26th quality, being surrendered to Krishna, then everyone goes, what? Why is that quality necessary? Most people say, I never even heard of that good quality of being surrendered to Krishna. So here, Haridas Taco is saying, we're speaking about these first 3 verses. No? I just picked out one page, and this is talking. Sadhura Laksham Tumi Boliyache Prabhu Ekadas Udavere Krishna Rupa Vibhu. These 26 qualities are described by Krishna to Uddhav in the Bhagavatam. This is our main book, Paulina. It's called the Bhagavad Purana. Purana means which completes everything. So Krishna spoke this 11th, there's 12 sections, 11th section spoken by Krishna. Because Krishna is the original source of all the Vedic knowledge. Have you heard of the Vedas, Paulina? Yeah. Veda means knowledge. Vedas are sound vibration. So who spoke them? Veda means was spoken by someone. So who spoke the Vedic knowledge? Paulina? Who is the guru of the Vedas? In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, I am that. Sarvasya chaham vidi sanivisto matasmiti jnanam apohanamscha. Sorry. Sarvasya vidi matasmiti jnanam. Vedasya chaham aham eva virado vedakrit vedanta krit eva chaham. Krishna says, chaham means me. Krishna speaking. Krishna says, I'm situated in the heart of everyone. From me comes knowledge, from me comes remembrance, from me comes forgetfulness. Means if we want to remember Krishna, who gives remembrance? Krishna. We want knowledge, who gives knowledge of Krishna in the heart? Krishna. And we want to forget Krishna, Anupama, who gives forgetfulness? Krishna. Ignorance is also Krishna's potency. You want to forget, Krishna gives ignorance. Forget. Vedanta krit Veda krit evataham. Krishna says, I am the goal of the Veda, I am the speaker of the Veda. And by all the Vedas, only I am understood. So Krishna spoke this Vedic knowledge. And in the 11th canto of the Bhagavatam, he speaks it very condensed form. So Krishna himself spoke about the 26 qualities of the perfected soul. Esab lakshan prabhu hoy dvi prakar surup tatast bed kori bevichar. So these 26 qualities we heard of Paulina, which are very desirous, if we had even one of these qualities, all suffering would run away. We'd never be touched by suffering or hankering or lamentation. Suffering would never touch us, even if we possess one of these qualities in completeness. But these 26 qualities also two types, external and internal. In Sanskrit, that is Sarup Lakshan and Tatastha Lakshan. Sarup Lakshan means intrinsic or primary. And Tatastha Lakshan means, what's the word? You can say external, borderline, secondary. So what's the main quality of the soul? Paulina, Krishna Eka Saranam, the quality of being fully surrendered to Krishna. That is the main quality, and that is permanent quality. And the other 25 qualities may be there, may not be there, no problem, as long as the first quality is there. Like, I'm trying to think of a material example. Like lemonade. Right. Lemonade. I know I always get in trouble when you think of your own examples. Or bread, lemonade. What's the main ingredient of lemonade? It's water, right? So that would be the Sarup Lakshan. And the other qualities, like sugar and lemon juice, if they're there, very good. And if sugar and water is not there, it doesn't matter. You can still get all benefit by drinking water. So the main quality of the liberated soul, the definition, the defining principle, the defining quality of a liberated soul is fully surrendered to Krishna. And what are the other 25 external qualities which are servants of the main quality? They are Tatastha Lakshan. No? Like I've heard an example, like a queen. Like, if you go on YouTube, you can look Princess Diana's wedding. When did she marry? I think 2-3 days ago, her ex-boyfriend died, or the father of her ex-boyfriend. But you can see her wedding. When she's at the wedding, she has, what's it called in the wedding, the thing that goes behind the bride? Trail, is it? Veil goes over the face, but the trail, isn't it, Paulina, which goes behind the bride? If you, I don't know if you've got 2 spare minutes, you can look on YouTube. Princess Diana had a trail which was like, 30 meters long. Remember? It was huge. And they had like 10 or 15 little girls who were holding the trail. I guess they're bridesmaids or something. So devotion to Krishna is like the queen. When the queen, wherever the queen walks, the bridesmaids, who are servants, follow behind. So the quality of being fully surrendered to Krishna, that is the quality which gives liberation. Right? Understand, Paulina? Because only Krishna gives liberation, therefore his name is Mukunda. And again, Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. Deha tvakta puna janma neti mati. So Arjuna, Krishna again and again says, one who thinks of me at the time of death, Arjuna, who achieves perfection of the yoga process by thinking of me at the time of death, that person never takes birth again. That is liberation. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna constantly talks about thinking of him, remembering him. Manmana Baba Madbhakto, remember me, Arjuna. Offer all your activities to me. Yad Kudu Samadharpanam. Offer all your activities to me, Arjuna. Think of me, remember me. Why? One who thinks of me at the time of death never takes birth again. So Krishna gives liberation. The quality of being connected with Krishna is the quality which gives liberation. And that quality is eternal. Because relation with Krishna is eternal. That is loving relationship. It's not temporary like the relations of this world. So according to this vision, what's the main quality of the surrendered soul? It's eternally being surrendered to Krishna. This is Surup Lakshana. And the other 25 qualities are called Tatastha Lakshana. They're there or not there, doesn't make any difference. Very hard for people to understand this point, very hard. If we talk about the 25 qualities, everyone will understand the necessity of the 25 qualities. Yes, yes, we should be merciful. Yes, yes, we should control the 6 enemies. Yes, yes, we should be equal to everyone. Yes, yes, we should not be controlled by lust. We should control our mind. Everyone will agree about the 25 qualities. But as soon as you talk about the 26th quality, the main quality, being surrendered to Krishna, everyone turns on. No. Why? Because they're not liberated souls. They cannot understand him. If you're not liberated, how can you possibly understand the activities of a liberated soul? Actually, I've noticed, everywhere in the world you go, you give lectures, you talk about freedom from birth and death, you talk about all these things, vegetarianism, everyone agrees, everyone happy. But as soon as you talk about surrender to Krishna, you'll see 90% of the audience turn off. Because the quality of being averse to Krishna, that is the main quality of the condition, the bound soul. Understand, Paulina? What's the defining quality of one who is bound in birth and death? Not being surrendered to Krishna. And what's the main quality which defines a liberated soul? Surrender to Krishna. So as soon as you talk about Krishna, people, their minds become disturbed. What is this? No, because that is the quality which keeps the souls in birth and death, aversion to Krishna, topics of Krishna. No? Saraswati Thakur said, as soon as topics of Krishna are spoken, the materialists leave because they think, nothing here for me. Nothing here of any connection to me. No relation here with any topic. That is their misfortune. So, what is the main quality of the liberated soul? Surrender to Krishna. And what are the 25 external qualities? More mentioned. Therefore, how do we judge someone's saintliness? This is let me spend 10 minutes, then we'll finish. I have a terrible tendency of speaking too much, so I should try to limit myself. How do we define a saintly person? Paulina, do you have Bhagavad Gita at home? Anyway, if you can get a copy.
Oh, sorry, my kids came through. It's kind of hard.
Okay. Just put him in the freezer for 10 minutes. This topic is spoken in Bhagavad Gita. How do we define whether someone is saintly or not? Very hard to understand. Therefore, the main quality of saintliness is not the presence or absence of these 25 qualities. How someone is saintly is defined on only one quality. There's how much they are surrendered to Krishna. But the problem is that quality you cannot see. How can you see it? Someone is merciful, we can see that quality. Someone is expert, we can see that quality. Someone is tolerant, we can see that quality. Someone is self-controlled, we can see that quality. But the quality of being fully surrendered to Krishna, how can you see it? You cannot see that quality because it's a fully transcendental quality. Transcendental means non-material. You cannot see it. Anyway, so this is a big topic. and we've spoken already enough. So all these 26 qualities automatically manifest in the heart of someone who chants the names of Krishna. Like when the queen walks, all the servants follow. So someone who chants the name of Krishna, and when one chants the name of Krishna, naturally there'll be some relation with Krishna. So to that degree one surrenders to Krishna, to that degree one chants his name, to that degree all these 25 qualities will also manifest in the heart of someone. So what's the only one quality in life you should worry about, Paulina? What's the only one thing you have to worry about?
Surrendering to Krishna.
Right. Easy to say, right?
Yeah. Oh no. It's something I learned, and I think it's powerful that you speak your truth and why you believe in that, and that you're taking the time to express that. It clearly shows me that you've experienced that connection yourself in order to speak what we're speaking right now. So I, give thanks for you, for sharing that, and I honor your path and what you have to, share with the world.
You must have done a course in nonviolent communication, haven't you?
I just learned just by being, since my world has showed a lot of sides, and I'm happy to be here and still learning. And I'm
Thank you for
grateful
coming.
for
How
the
old are your
knowledge.
children? How old are your
Five,
children?
five and
5 and
three.
2. Wow.
3.
Handful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They're also vegetarians?
Pretty much, yeah. My little one, when I was pregnant with her, I was a vegan. So all plants. So
Your husband's cooperating with everything?
Yeah. We're just learning how to be more sovereign in our physical and soul purpose, and we're trying to be full spectrum and what that looks like, and learning the ropes.
He's also vegetarian? He's also vegan or vegetarian?
He's mostly vegetarian, yes. Mm-hmm. But
Wow,
we
that
hope
makes life
to
easy.
faith as much as possible.
Okay, any questions you have?
How long have you been on this journey? Is it something that you were born into, that you had access to? It came upon?
No. Like 30 years now. I'm not born into this. Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. Just here, I have some good fortune. I'm hearing these teachings. Then I developed some faith in them. Mm-hmm. Okay, so anyways, what can I say? We only describe half a page of this book. But I think once a week we'll give an English class, because 1 year we not did anything. So it's not good to be too much retirement. So we'll speak about this Harinama Cintamani. So many instructions are there. Things to avoid while chanting, things to be adopted. Huge topic. Any questions from anyone else? Brajeshri, is that Brajeshri from California? She's been disappeared. Okay, anyone, any questions?
Dandavat Maharaj, yes.
I sent you a message
here as well.
Oh, why you're not coming anymore?
Funds. No funds.
That is the last of the valuable. That is the last of any valid excuse. Money is always so much money in this world. If desire is there, we can come behind it. Would you come for Kartik this year?
Mm-hmm. I would hope to, but I don't think this year we'll be able to.
That's why God made credit cards, right?
Okay.
Come on. Debt you can always pay. But you cannot get this chance, such a rare chance Kartik can have. Get a credit card and come.
Okay. I don't have credit card, but we will do our best to come.
Come on.
Okay.
Don't worry. These are small things. Death, famine, death, disease. These are small things. No, but Kartik is important.
Yes.
I sent you a message on Facebook about 2 weeks ago. You didn't answer. Maybe don't use Facebook anymore. Huh?
Facebook I don't use too much, but
If you go on the message, you'll see my message.
on Telegram though, I have Telegram.
Okay. Bring your husband and come. You guys haven't been here for like 4 years, right?
Yes, too long. Too long.
Then you dry up and you'll lose everything if you're not careful.
Okay.
Is Satyagram
We'll
still
have to
chanting?
drag. Yes.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
That's a miracle. It's a miracle. Krishna's mercy on you. Okay, we'll speak every week. Okay. Raghunandan, ¿cómo estás? Haribol. Andrea, Raghunath, no?
Hare
Raghunath,
Krishna.
Haribol.
Maharaj.
¿Todo bien?
Yeah, todo bien. We're missing you
Why,
so much.
why you not
when you
coming?
visit
Why you not
again.
coming to India?
Ah, work.
We don't
and
have
work.
credit card.
I don't have credit card. Many that with the bank, you know.
We're not living to work. We're working to live. No, try and make some time.
Yeah. We're going to do that. I
Okay.
hope very soon. But when
Good
you
to
visit
good to
us,
see you.
it-
We'll come to Peru in April.
yeah.
Yeah,
Next year. Okay.
next year.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Haribol.
I'll miss you.
Okay, Radhe Radhe. Thank you,
Haribol.
everyone. Hare Krishna.